cold one this morning. 65.5 degrees. It's a bit windy too. We had 80k winds last night. I adjusted my headlight this morning. What a big difference. I think it just eventually there's two screws, and this eventually falls. It might be a tiny bit high. I gotta see when I'm with cars, but I can adjust it a bit. Heated grips on, 5, yeah. Heated grips. I got my big, my warmest gloves. Every layer in my jacket. So there's the rain layer and my Revit Excalibur. Then there's a thick layer, an insulated layer. And then I've got a thin polar fleece sweater, I guess, and a long sleeve t-shirt. So the key is layering. And I got the Excalibur pants. I just got the rain layer in, and I'm wearing my jeans underneath. So no special socks or anything. 4.5. So my hands have a bit more room in these gloves compared to my ones that I've been complaining about that I have to replace. So we'll see if my thumb gets cold. It could be just the airflow from these bark busters too. But I mean, the heated grips are on full, and I can feel the heat. But the gloves were cold to start with, so they were in the garage. I haven't turned the heat on in my garage yet. Typically, I just keep it, I don't know, 12 degrees. I don't know. I have a shitty thermostat. I have to put a digital one in there. Save a bit of money. I don't know how many bikes I'll see today. Yeah. Gotta watch out for these leaves too. It didn't freeze overnight, so, but still, wet leaves. Well, 6 a.m., pitch black, of course. Well, the days are getting fairly short. We still have a bit till the time change. So that will make it worse actually, but but damn if my shoulder isn't sore. So now it's a different part of my shoulder. It used to be in the back, like right in the shoulder blade, like behind that. Now it's like more in my neck, in the top of my shoulder, kind of. Anyway, where you would do a Vulcan neck pinch is where it's hurting a bit. So far, so good. I hate stupid lights. Unsynchronized. At 4 degrees. Well, in the same gear, I've left the house at like -6 with on a VFR, so some wind protection, not really for the hands with these gloves. That's what I got them for. And let's just say, without heated grips and stuff, I had about a half an hour and then no. Yeah, you have a half an hour, and then, well, I had half an hour, and then your hands start to really get cold, and they hurt, and that's when it starts getting unsafe, because then you're concentrating more on the fact that you're numb than actually driving. There's already traffic at 6, which is not the summer, that's for sure. I mean, it doesn't take me that much longer to get to the office, but I don't know if the music comes up, but I don't want to get copyright struck down, but it's not my music, obviously. I'm not a musician. It's a new Tom Morello, so he's the guitarist of Rage Against the Machine. And this is his new album, but it's like every song is like featuring so-and-so, and it's just all kinds of different stuff. It's pretty good. Ford dealer, I gotta call the Ford dealer. Get my wipers on my car sorted. Intermittent wipers on my car all go cray-cray. They stop in the middle, like... And I keep it easy on the tires this morning. This is a little... They're sport touring, but this is a little outside their range. You know your headlight's out of adjustment when you find people... Well, people don't notice you anyway, but they notice you a little bit less. Oh, not so bad. Okay. It's a Tuesday, so it's like October 16th. I just looked at the weather and I said, you know what? Might as well. Less than 2 months of the riding season left. We're snow tire law, which is, oh no, sorry. Yeah, 2 months left. Next year, it comes into effect at December 1st instead of the 15th, but this year is still the 15th. So, unless I put snow tires or tires with a snowflake on the side, which apparently I saw at the dealer, they do that for an RT. I'm like, what? So I don't know what they look like, but swapping your tires to get, you know, a couple of months. No. I thought I turned off the voice control. Yeah. The thing is, there's been occasion that, so before March 15th, you can't, you know, you have to have snow tires. So there's been a couple times, it's been first week of March, and we got like 23 degrees or something. I mean, the roads are still ass, full of a lot of cracks and potholes and sand and gravel and muck, but you know, a lot of guys, I saw guys take out their bikes and you get a ticket. So the same as if you didn't have, you get the same ticket as riding without snow tires, which I don't know what the ticket is, but it's 100 and something bucks. It's enough that it's a pain in the ass, and I don't think it's worth the risk. Last year, I think I did a video, I took it out maybe late March, and it was still cold. Well, I don't mind if I annoy people a little bit. So a car in front of me, I can see the rim of my light is at the tip of his trunk, so it's not really in his mirror. So to me, that's okay. But they're seeing me at least, and that's the, you know. So it says, the weather says if you're standing there, it's 5, it feels like 0. So the wind chill at 120 kilometers an hour. It's probably minus 50, minus 20 almost. Mind you, I don't have any exposed skin, so even my neck, unless I tilt my head up, my neck is... I don't know about some of these songs, just sounds like Skrillex, which I'm not a big fan. Well, so far, my hands are not bad. They were a little bit cold because, one, my hands are always cold, and the gloves were cold. Probably a bit damp too. I should have put them in the house last night, but I wasn't sure if I was taking the bike this morning with the wind, but so far this is normal traffic. The last couple times it's been a lot heavier. I mean, this is all you know, the off-island traffic. As soon as you get to St. Charles, you know, we're coming into Beaconsfield, then it starts to get heavy, and then it goes to 3 lanes in still Port Clare. And once it goes to 3 lanes, it helps a bit, and then it's 3 lanes all the way downtown until the construction of the Turcotte. And there's some new bridge up, overpass, with supposed to be very delightful. I have to see. Well, so far my thumbs are okay, and I'm actually gonna let's turn it down to low. Let's see how we are. So a bigger windscreen would help a bit because I'm getting the wind on my shoulders and basically my helmet. I think these bark busters help. I mean, that's not their prime use. I mean, it's meant to, you can tell by the shape, they're not really meant, they're meant to protect you when you're going off-roading. But I think they help. Even if it's all psychological, but they do block some wind, but it's all about turbulence behind them. I'd have to take my gloves off one day and just go around a little bit and just feel with my hand where you feel the air. Yeah. It's okay. I didn't want my hands to start sweating, so... Like, my feet are... I don't think my feet are in the wind completely, but I can feel the cold a little bit. It's engine temp. Yeah, 77. So typically this bike runs on the highway 83. So you can tell it's cold. I think the high today is like 7 or 8, so I'll be pretty much in the same gear on the way home. I might take out the insulated, or actually I'll just take off my polar fleece maybe. Well, I could tell you, this jacket, I don't know if they still make it, but I think they make a similar one. I've gotten my money's worth. I've had it 5 years. Yeah. held up. I've washed it. I haven't been in the rain in it, just a little bit, but I've been in thick pea soup fog. And I mean, I was cold because the thing gets soaking wet, but I was dry. So, because the rain layer is underneath the jacket, is inside the jacket. But I mean, if I got caught in the rain in this, I'd be dry. I think. These gloves, yeah. These gloves are, these are BMW gloves. Pretty good. My index fingers are actually a bit cold. A lot of people have parked their bikes. Well, you get a discount if you park it on September 30th. You get a refund on your part of your plate cost. For me, the refund would be like 40 bucks. Like, I figured it was not worth it. That's the same reason why I put tires. Since I've put tires, I've done maybe a thousand, couple thousand. I haven't done all that much, but I don't know. It's a roll of the dice. The weather is so screwed up that we had a day it was 29 degrees outside. Like I mean, if I got another day that it was like 20 degrees, I might even take a day off work and just go somewhere for the day on the bike, just to... Anyway, you roll the dice. I haven't done all that much since September 30th, but at least I had the choice. Well, you can ride without a plate, but some people, yeah, just sit in the lane. There's no one else but you. Like, I don't know if I'd go for a trip in this type of temperature, but here, I mean, it's half an hour, 35 minutes, so triggered my Bluetooth again. Not available. I thought I turned it off. Not plug it into the computer. Oh, is that a person with no lights? You're a fucking rocket scientist. Wow, someone that didn't give you the finger for telling him maybe you should put your lights on. Did he actually put his lights on though? Yeah, at least that, you know what? That's an old car, so that's just user error. But, Jesus Christ. But I don't know what's worse, the new car where it's automatic, you just have to leave it. You never have to do anything. Unless it happens to be dark and they didn't switch on, which hasn't been the case in my car. And I even have it when you turn on the wipers, your lights go on. Which is a setting on, well, my 2013 had that, so anyway. I like it when there's the one person that does 70 in this, and like everyone else kind of ignores the speed limit. And I really don't know why there's a 70 speed limit. They put the bus lane, as I've said before in my videos. There's some rule somewhere, but they dropped it to 70. The other side isn't 70, so I mean, there's merging. There's basically 2 lanes on the other side there that merge into 1 lane. That, yeah, kind of. It's a bit, and then there's another lane to turn off at first where I take to go to the dealer, but I don't know. A bit of a weird song. What's with this? I see why people lose patience, though. Oh, it's 6.5 degrees. It's downright balmy outside. If there was a big chance of rain, I don't think I would have. This temperature is tolerable, but in the rain, well, you're going to feel it a lot more. Another person, no lights. Rocket science. I like the trucks passing on the right too. That's, oh, to be fair, people are driving a little bit slow. All I know is a coffee is going to taste a hot cup of coffee. Well, it's Keurig coffee, so maybe put coffee in quotation marks. I mean, I buy decent Keurig cups, but I'd like to have like a digital screen that I could just attach to me, and then I can put, like, when that guy was just about to cut me off, I could put a picture of Gandalf on a screen that said, "You shall not pass." I don't know, I think that'd be funny. Probably get me into trouble. Yeah, this is a mess. But the signs are fairly clear, surprisingly. Yeah, my index fingers are a little bit, yeah, there's that asshole, see? I think that guy loves his job, he's gotta get there. Like, look at the traffic there. It's, this is the last old overpass. That's old school overpass. That's gotta go. And this is a very nasty, well, I'm trying to stay in the nicer part of the road. There's a line of really shitty potholes, as you can see. Like this, they put it 50 kilometers an hour. There's no one doing 50 here. Like, oh, you've passed the occasional person, but they added this yellow sign here recently. Motorcycles, maybe they had some accidents. Well, you have a curve here and there's a big bump at the same time, so it's yeah, you hit that bump and then you have to turn, and then there's this, that expansion joint. I can see how that could be okay. Let's get around some of this stuff here. I'm really not as but I'll tell you one thing, there's a big difference between 6 degrees and 0. Besides, it feels a lot more than 6 degrees difference, I'll tell you that. I wouldn't say it's pleasant, but I'm not that bad. Besides my index finger, like I said, weird. And my shoulder's sore, but that has nothing to do with it. Yeah, see that reflection in the windscreen? That's like really BMW? This is like a beautifully engineered bike, and then it's like, eh. Like, I think they engineered the look of the headlight unit and everything, because it's kind of a unique look, and then they're like, oh yeah, shit, we need windscreens. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain. And when you put your high beams, there's a way to fix it. It involves putting a bunch of black tape on the bottom of the windscreen, but it looks, you could paint it, I guess, from paint the inside, but you're more talented than I am. Yeah, without heated grips, I'd be cold. The rest of my body's fine, so. Now, I put it back up to high now because taking my hands off the controls and back on in the smaller routes when we get off the highway here. A few people gave me a look like, really, guy? Aren't you cold? Nope. That's it. My thumb gets cold when I take it off take off the control of the signal. Oh, that hospital looks nice, all lit up. Not bad. 31 minutes. No one's gonna let the taxi in? Come on. Oh, I can feel the wind here. Ooh, baby. Oh, big truck turning. I should put that, enough of that. Yeah. It's okay, that's not the food. No, it's okay. Really felt the wind over there. Well, you can see everything kind of moving around, like, but usually there's the cancer center, you see all the smokers outside, which is funny, I guess. Well, you kids have a nice day. Mr. Grumpy Man has arrived. Hopefully I have a good day. So take care.